Cornyn leans into Texas redistricting fight amid uphill reelection bid. By Julia Manchester. Senator John Cornyn, Republican from Texas, is leaning into the Texas redistricting battle as he seeks to fend off a conservative primary challenge from Attorney General Ken Paxton, Republican. On Tuesday, Cornyn publicly called for FBI Director Kash Patel to assist in tracking down Democrats who fled the state in protest. 2 days later, the senator and Texas Governor Greg Abbott, Republican, separately confirmed that the FBI was assisting in the effort. The move to get out in front of the redistricting battle allows Cornyn to ingratiate himself with the state's deeply conservative base, who have distanced themselves from the incumbent senator in his uphill primary battle against Paxton. I think this is a good opportunity for Cornyn to show that he is a fighter and that is willing to take on an issue that is a red meat issue that resonates with the base. When you see those opportunities, you have to take them, said Brendan Steinhauser, Cornyn's former campaign manager and a Texas-based GOP strategist. In campaigns like this, you do not get to control events. You can only control how you react and respond to them, he continued. This is exactly the kind of thing he needs. Cornyn's allies have touted the senator's move. The National Republican Senatorial Committee, NRSC, rolled out a digital ad titled, "Cornyn Fights, Paxton Folds." The incumbent senator and his allies have also taken a number of swipes at Paxton in the process, pointing out that the state attorney general was in Europe as the redistricting battle erupted. Paxton had previously traveled to Scotland at the end of July and met with Trump during the president's trip to his Turnberry golf course. Memo to @Kempixton. Hey, Ken, are you in the office today? It is kind of important. Let me know if you need the address. Get off the golf course in Scotland and do your job. President Trump and Governor Abbott need a focused AG. For once, Cornyn said in a post on X earlier this week. An unnamed Republican strategist called Paxton's decision to stay in Europe a missed opportunity, but added it was not necessarily a vulnerability. Texas Democrats doing this was not a surprise, said an unnamed GOP strategist. I am really surprised that Paxton did not plan better and go, you know what, I should probably do my visit with Trump and at least come back to Austin for a day and a half. The same strategist argued that Cornyn's role as a federally elected official has forced him to cheer from the stands, while it is easier for Paxton to get involved as a state elected official. It is such a state-centric issue, the strategist said. If anybody, it would traditionally advantage Paxton over Cornyn, just given his role in being able to use the Texas judicial system to chase these folks down. And Paxton has emerged as a prominent voice in the fight. He initially criticized Cornyn's call for the FBI to intervene on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast on Tuesday, saying it was purely a state issue. But Paxton later reversed in a statement to The Hill, saying he was open to the FBI getting involved. I am in full support of using every possible method to secure a quorum and hold lawless Democrat legislators accountable for abandoning Texans, including involving federal authorities and the FBI, Paxton said. And as state attorney general, Paxton has used his office to take action against Texas Democrats. Paxton announced this week he would seek judicial orders, declaring that runaway Democrats who failed to appear by the speaker's deadline have vacated their office. Additionally, Paxton said he is investigating whether former Representative Patel of Rourke's Democrat from Texas political group is breaking laws by allegedly bankrolling the state Democratic lawmakers out of state travel. It is more about the actions he takes. It is more about the statements. It is more about having a voice in this, and you do not necessarily have to be in the state to accomplish that, Steinhauser said. The pro-Paxton Lone Star Liberty PAC compiled mainstream media coverage of the state's redistricting saga and Paxton's response, along with conservative media figures praising the state attorney general, into a digital spot released on Friday. The redistricting battle comes as Cornyn faces the biggest fight of his political life in his bid to hold onto his seat. Outside groups backing Cornyn have spent swaths of money boosting Cornyn in recent weeks. According to the Texas Tribune, the Senate GOP leadership-affiliated One Nation has spent over $4 million in advertising, while Texans for a Conservative Majority, another pro-Cornyn group, has spent $3.2 million. The Pro-Cornyn Conservative Majority Project has spent roughly $500,000, 2024 election coverage, 2024 election news, 2024 election polling data, 2024 presidential election forecast. They are just throwing everything at the wall possible to try to capture one poll that shows him with momentum and really gaining on Paxton, the unnamed strategist said. They are doing it to get the president's attention. Most polls have shown Cornyn consistently trailing Paxton in the polls, in many cases by double digits. Cornyn's team has maintained that there is plenty of time to close the gap by next year. There is also the hope that an endorsement from Trump, who has given no indication he will wade into the primary, would boost Cornyn. These skirmishes on redistricting and otherwise are just bigger parts of the play for Cornyn in a mad dash to try to do anything he can to take the lead in polling, the strategist said.